Today I'm going to be unboxing the Cyber G by Enya Music. I'm sure many of you have seen this product surfacing around the internet, and I thought it was interesting, and Enya reached out to me to see if I'd want to do a video on it. So this video is sponsored. This is going to be just kind of like a messy unboxing vlog, like raw, just me figuring it out. I have my cute new adorable box cutter that Ellen from Forever Faithful sent me, and she noticed that I was doing a lot of my unboxing with knives, which can be a little sketchy. I used to have box cutters because I worked at a grocery store back in the day, so I had like tons of box cutters. This cuts like butter. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, whoa, let's not do that. Okay, so we have what looks like the stand. So we're just gonna put everything to the side here. This, a paddle module? I don't know. Okay, here's the actual thing here. Oh my gosh. This is not easy to get out. Come on. Oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me. Oh my gosh, there it is. That was a struggle. It's packed in here really well. I will always say that Enya packs their stuff perfectly so that it travels well over international waters. So that's always good. But we're gonna go ahead and peek inside. Ooh, this is nice. Hybrid smart backing guitar. Oh my gosh, all these boxes. So the whoa, it's heavy. So the Cyber G is in here. It looks very futuristic, Cyber G. And we're just gonna go ahead and open this first. Interesting. Everyone is a musician. I love that. Even if you're day one, you are a musician. Welcome to Cyber G. Oh, this has like such an Apple feel to that. It's like starting up your new iPhone. This is so heavy. Okay, I think that's the entire thing in this box here. Wow. So it has a little carrying case. And it's a beefy carrying case too. It's fabric on the outside, but it's also a hard shell case. So we're just gonna go ahead and open it up. Ooh, I love stickers, that's cool. This is interesting. So there are a bunch of stickers here and it has some chords and some numbers. So I'm wondering if you can stick them on the Cyber Gs, so you can kind of almost like fret markers. That's my guess. That's my guess so far. Yes, they sent me the white one. All right, so this I'm assuming is the neck, and it has its own little slot in here. So I'm seeing markings on the neck where it actually has the chords. I was wondering how this worked. So it does. Oh, this peels off. Oh, interesting. So it peels off, and then it doesn't have it on there, so you could start with the chords on here where it says C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished. Then there's octave, sustain, octave plus, fill, tap, and drum. So you can take it off. So basically it's a guide for you when you're getting started, but then when you get the hang of it, you just slip that off. So it's more of like clean look. But I think that's where also the stickers probably come in. And then also there's fret markers on the top of the neck like you would on a normal guitar. But instead of dots, it has Roman numerals where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it folds. So we have our keys here. I'm very excited. This is gonna be so much fun. Okay, so let's set this aside. Oh, it feels like there's something in here. Oh, we have some accessories. Yes, is this a fast charging block? Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. So the other fast charging block that I use for charging my iPhone, Enya sent to me, and yes, we have another one of these. Love that. Thank you, Enya, for the hookup. I really appreciate it. I know it's for fast charging the Cyber G, but also my phone really appreciates it. So there's our charging cable. And then it looks like this is a guitar strap. Yes. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. It's like very like futuristic. This kind of reminds me, oh my goodness, yes. I feel like it's almost like a flashback to Y2K, like early 2000s, when everything was so shiny and glittery and futuristic. And it kind of reminds me of, there's a Disney movie called Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. And this whole vibe here, I'm pretty sure there was also a keytar in that movie. But this whole vibe is giving me Xenon. Okay, so this is some kind of accessory. I have no idea what it is. I feel like this is such a chaotic mess on my desk, but it is about to not be. Oh, strum the paddle to trigger the chords. So does it, I don't know. We'll figure that out in a second. There is an instructional video, by the way, that I have pulled up that I'm going to put on so I can learn how to assemble this properly. Ooh. So it goes in like that. You know what? We're gonna watch the video instead. Oh, this looks like it might be a microphone. Yes, it is a wireless microphone. And there it is. No way. Am I about to be Britney Spears? This is a headset. All of my early 2000s pop girly dreams are coming true. It's slipping. We'll adjust it later. But it looks like there are some volume controls here on the side. We've got a pop girly headset. That's really cool. Let's get some cleaning going here because this is just chaoticness.
Then insert the neck module into the body socket until you hear a click.
Okay, let's do that next because I didn't do that yet. So, got it.
Funk button.
Funk button.
Multifunctional for powering on/off.
Okay, so the funk button. So the funk button is here on the side. I'm gonna go ahead and press that. It's lighting up. Okay, it's working. Whoa. Oh, look at that. All right, I've got some good news and some bad news. We're gonna start with the bad news. My camera completely crashed when I was filming 2/3 of this video. So as far as I got was that last clip. And then after that, apparently my drive was full. So my camera basically froze and told me that it was still recording even though it wasn't. So I've basically completed this video and didn't have 2/3 of the footage. I almost also had a mental breakdown about it, but I made some popcorn. I've got some lemonade. I cleared my drive. And now since I basically have used the Cyber-G, I know how it works. So filming this part over is gonna be a lot faster, which is gonna make editing a lot smoother. So I guess that is the good news. Babe, would you like some popcorn?
Yeah, toss them down.
Oh, that was closer.
Yeah.
Do you want the bowl?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, so.
I thought like I was gonna actually pass you the bowl. It sucks that I have to redo this video or the portion of it that just got scrapped because it didn't even record. Something that I had no idea about is that the Cyber-G is modular, so you can just pull this out. And this just functions as a keyboard on its own, a MIDI keyboard. That is so cool. And then this is called the pick modular. So you can slide this in here. See how that functions just like the keyboard? And then there's a pedal, and if you push it, you can change the instrument. A beautiful harp. Oh, that sounds like Bluey. Flute. We're at a baseball game. We got an organ. A synth. So if you download the Enya app, you can connect the Cyber-G, and we'll do that in a second. But you can control the functions there as well. Connecting. Sweet, we're in. Okay, we're gonna play Hotel California. Guys, this is insane. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Out of here. Ah, oops, wrong one. It actually sounds really good, right? I hope it's coming across. You do have to get the timing down of it though. It does guide you, but it's something to get used to. Okay, let's pause here for a second because there are some accessories that came with it. There is this headset mic, which unfortunately started breaking when I first used it. Like all I did was put it on and tried to adjust this. So unfortunately it's very flimsy, but there is the second mic. So I am gonna turn this on. I call it the Britney pop microphone because this is like the type of headset that Britney wore back in the early 2000s. And see, it's like you can adjust it, but it doesn't want to stay up anymore. Unfortunately, it's kind of falling, but I can hold it here for a second while I'm playing. Just to hear them say, crap, wrong chord. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Okay, let's pause it there. We're gonna do the other mic. So like I said, unfortunately, this is really cheap and flimsy. I really love the concept of the headset mic. I really want to, feel like I'm Britney Spears wearing the pop girly mic. It's always been my dream since I was, like 9 years old. But unfortunately, it's falling apart. So if we could, Enya, if we could get a better headset, that would be amazing. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn on this mic right here. So I am gonna just hand hold it because right now I'm not actually using my right hand to solo or anything. So what's really unique about this with, guitar, obviously, you can't hold up a mic while you're playing. So this is a benefit to the keytar, I guess. So I'm gonna just try to play through and sing like this. What a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling. This would be really fun if you're like having a party with some friends over. You could just like hand over the karaoke mic and then you could play Hotel California on here. And you can even hand off the modular keyboard to somebody. Not that there's no piano in that song, but any song that you're playing, and you could just have like a little jam session, which is super cool. So there's a whole list of songs in the app, like latest, hottest songs. You can even search for your favorite artists. You can search for songs, which is super cool. And I'm sure they're gonna just consistently add it to the library. And I love how good this surprisingly sounds. Like the acoustic guitar sound coming out of here is actually just, I'm shocked. I'm gagged by how good it is. I wasn't really worried about the keyboard not sounding like a keyboard, but this, I know it's not a guitar, but the fact that it has guitar acoustic sounds coming out of it, I was a little bit concerned that it wasn't gonna deliver and it was gonna leave a lot to be desired. And I feel like it doesn't at all. This to me already just tells me this is not a toy. This is an actual instrument. And I mean, there's keytars. It's a keytar. I love the rainbow lighting. That is so cool. Very Eras Tour-esque. You can actually change out the color of the lights on here. So if you just go into the settings tab, you can go to ambient light. And right now I have it on multicolor to get that rainbow lighting. And then you can go into monocolor and it's blue, which is super cool. I don't know if you can choose an individual color. I'm not seeing an option for that. You could also do no color and turn it off, but I think having the colors on is super fun. You can even go into, so there's a settings on here where you can go to the chords, like you can go to the fretboard and you can customize the chords on the fretboard and have full customization of that. There are 7 frets on here, and then each fret has the potential for, I think it was like 3 different chords. Let me find out. Okay, so for the chord pad and instruction lights, each rectangular block or fret on the chord pad contains 3 blocks, and there's 7 of the blocks. So you have 21 chords that can be customized on the Enya Music app, which is really cool. So there's actually stickers. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but this is a sticker that can come off. And right now it labels the chords that are on here, but there are more stickers that came with it. So you can label where your chords are. And like I said, you can have full customization. I'm gonna go ahead and go over some notes that Enya gave me about the Cyber G, just to make sure you and I both fully understand how this thing works and all of the capabilities here. So there are 2 modes here. There's solo mode and there is sing and play mode. I was in sing and play mode where I was, wanting to sing and play at the same time. So all I had to do was just press the instruction lights on the fretboard and it would play the progression for me. It would fully arpeggiated each of the chords in Hotel California. But then for solo mode, what happens is that your left hand controls the chord progression and your right hand can freely improvise over the melodies. There is a drum beats library that we didn't really get into, but there is a drum function. So I'm gonna just turn this on right here. There is a key for fill, tap, drum. So there are tons of different drum sounds that you can play with. Obviously that was like the bongos. So if you go to the Enya Music app, you can customize your drums there. There are also 20 instrument sounds. So we heard some electric guitar, there was a harp, there was organ, classic piano, flute. There were just a bunch of different sounds there. And then of course you can control those in the app. The battery life, which I think is really important here. So it takes less than 2 hours to be fully charged, and it lasts for over 5 hours when it is fully charged. So what group of people suits this product? So Enya is trying to reach people who love singing but don't play any instruments, musicians who want to perform as a one-man band, such as buskers, musicians who travel a lot and want to create music in a more convenient way, and people who love to have parties with friends and family and would like to have more fun with music. I think that's the perfect audience / demographic for them to reach, because that just makes the most sense, because I think that for any non-musician, that approaches the Cyber G, I feel like they can easily pick it up. It will take some practice and some getting down of maybe some basic motor skills with it. But for someone that is a musician, I feel like you'll pick this up in a snap. There is a little bit of a learning curve to the Cyber G just because there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. But I feel like getting down the basics to where you can sing and play at the same time is pretty straightforward. Also, the Cyber G is very compact, so it all breaks down. It fits into a really nice small case that could easily fit in the overhead bin on an airplane, but it could also, it's so small, it could fit under your seat. Also, the point that they were making about people who throw parties with friends and family, I totally think that this would be fun to do like karaoke, and then somebody plays here on the Cyber G, and then you pull the keyboard modular out and put the pick modular in, so that way a third person could play on the keys. So you have like a 3-person band. I think that's super cool. Now for my personal thoughts and opinions on the Cyber G, I gave a few of them throughout the video here, but let's start with the price, and is it worth the price? So I pulled it up here. So the Cyber G is currently going for $399, so $400, and I actually pulled up some keytars here on Google just to see what a going price for a keytar is. The highest price that I'm seeing is $1,249, and the lowest price that I'm seeing is $799. So $800 for the lowest tier keytar that is popping up here on Google. And this is $399, which puts it in such an affordable tier for someone who wants to get started playing a keytar. I don't know how alike it is with like regular, because I don't think they call this a keytar, it's called a Cyber G, but it is essentially a keytar. I don't know a ton about keytars, so I don't know how big of a difference that there is here, but the fact that this is modular, so you can use the keyboard by itself, you can switch the modulars out. It has so many effects on here, and you can use it for so many different types of situations, and it's travel friendly. I feel like this is actually a really good price for what it is, because before I even looked at the price, my guess was that it was somewhere between $500 to $700. So $399, I feel like, is actually a really great deal. And I could see some people scoffing at this and it being like, that's a toy. But just from what I saw, to me, it looked like a toy, but getting it in my hands and playing it, it does feel like an instrument, which I'm totally surprised by that, because I was like, I don't know if I'm actually going to like. So I think for me, this is going to be something that I pull out when we have guests over to kind of do like the house party thing. So if we want to jam together, I could totally see when my sister and brother-in-law come to visit. They love music too. Huge music lovers on Cody's side of the family. Almost everybody plays guitar, and I think it would be so cool. We all usually get together and jam, and I think it would be fun to pull this out while they're here, and each of us gets to play something different, and maybe one of us can be on acoustic guitar still, and I could totally see us having fun with that, and with having the microphone set up and all that, I think it'd be super cool. So I think we're definitely going to use it for that, of course. Like I said, doesn't replace a regular acoustic guitar, but that's not what it's meant to be. But if you're someone who's wanting to get into music and you're interested in the keytar thing, I think that this is a great place to start, because it's totally affordable for what it is and everything that you're getting. And it gets you started, right? And the fact that it lights up is so cool. I mean, there's just so many amazing features about it. And I think that Enya did a really great job putting this together. I think that this headset thing could be better. It's very flimsy and it's breaking. So if you guys could make a better structured headset that's not going to break, I would totally appreciate that, so I could have my Britney pop moment. But other than that, everything works wonderfully. So that's all I have for today's video. If you are interested in checking out the Enya Music Cyber G, I have a link down below, and I will catch you in the next video.